Howdy folks, it is Diecast Buffet here again, and Chase Elliott gets his second win of the season, stealing it from Team Toyota at Nashville. What a stupid call by all the Toyota drivers to pit. I don't know what Hamlin tricks them. They literally threw it away. But Chase Elliott finally learned from the 2020 Coca-Cola 600 to stay out. And what do you know? He freaking wins Nashville. That's going to be one epic, I'm talking one epic race to win diecast. Make sure to pre-order your 124 race win. I'm almost certain they're going to be making a 164. So go ahead and pre-order that one down below. And of course, you can save on shipping when you use code DIECASTBuffet over there at Circle B Diecast for any orders $30 or more. Make sure to check that out. Wow, what an awesome freaking race that was. I was really hoping it was just going to be a little bit of everything. I was hoping we were going to have lead changes, crashes, weather delays, a little bit of controversy maybe. This thing just had everything, man. What an awesome finish right there. Wow. You know, it started off pretty I would say tame. Denny Hamlin was clearly the dominant car during the day portion. We knew that there was a chance of weather, and then the lightning delays came in, and that kind of changed the whole complexion of the race. And then the long red flag for the weather, the rain that actually came through. I love weather delays when it really ratchets up the action. You know, it changed the whole complexion of this event. And it turned it from a day race to a night race, and everyone built their cars for a day race. And that's what happens. It just takes everything you know and just tosses it out the window. What a fantastic finish that was, man. Wow, there's just so much to go over here, guys. We saw some pretty interesting moments between Truex and Hamlin. I mean, they're teammates, and they're racing like they're complete rivals almost. I mean, how hard they were be able to race each other. And they didn't crash was incredible. Great driving by them. And then Kyle Busch, I don't know what he was thinking pitting at the end. Kyle Busch most likely could have won this race. Truex or Hamlin. I mean, Truex and Hamlin, the best cars of the night. And they pit at the end. And I think Kyle finished like 18th. I think Hamlin finished 6th. But it's just like, why? I think Hamlin pitted well. I from what I remember, I'm a little bit fuzzy. I'm on like my third cup of coffee here. But Hamlin pitted there. And I just don't know what you're thinking there. You got like 4 laps to go on a track that's not easy to pass. Tires are not a premium. We're not talking about an old Atlanta or Donington. And it was a really, really dumb call in my opinion. But how about the top 5? You have Kurt Busch. You have Ryan Blaney. You have Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, and your winner, Chase Elliott, man. What an incredible finish that was. I love the top 5. Couldn't have been more perfect. All my favorite drivers are in there, so that's pretty cool nonetheless, man. And, you know, I think about the playoff situation for this. This could be the spark for the 9 car. You know, they have been hit or miss. They won at Dover earlier this year. Concrete race, weather affected, and they just stub their toe every week. They just stupid penalties, stupid, mistakes, crashing in qualifying or practice. This might be the spark this 9 team really needs. And they have been, for the better part of the spring portion of the season, they've been below William Byron. They've been below Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson. But this might truly carry the 9 car into a championship form. You never know. And I got to talk about the 5 car. Where was Kyle Larson? Larson dominated this race last year, and he was nowhere to be found. I don't even think he led a lap, guys. He got a top 5, but it was not due to domination. Wow, man, so much happened in this race. It was a really, really entertaining one. Regardless who won, right? Regardless who won, it was a really entertaining one. And what's funny, so if you follow me on Instagram, I did my previous prediction, guys, and I said, something is telling me to pick Chase Elliott, but I'm not going to pick him. Something's telling me he's going to win this race, but I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin. I picked Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott wins. So I'm guessing the jinx actually worked. Something told me Toyota was going to dominate, and that Chase Elliott was going to win the race. Sure enough, it happened. Take no credit for it. I believe God told me to pick Hamlin, and sure enough, it actually worked out pretty well. So sorry to the Hamlin fans, but it just happens, Something told me to pick Austin Cindric early this year. He won at the Daytona 500. Something told me to pick Suarez at Coda. His teammate ended up winning, I don't know. I take no credit for it. But anyways, what a fun race, man. The whole Nashville weekend was fantastic. 4 races this weekend. You had the SRX race, which was won by Tony Stewart. You had Ryan Preece winning the truck race, and then you had Justin Allgaier winning the Nashville Xfinity race, and of course Chase Elliott tonight. I love it, man. I really hope Nashville Super Speedway comes back next year. The racing this year was much better. The Cup racing, for sure. And this begs a good question. I think everyone could kind of chime in the comment section, guys. Would this race be better as a night race or a day race? Because I think we're a little bit lean on the night races. Now, I know for ratings purposes, more people tune into the day races than they do the night races, right? So I don't know if that would play a factor, but it seemed like to me the racing quality was significantly better in the nighttime than it was in the daytime. So perhaps for next year, hey, right on a Sunday night, right on a Saturday night, regardless, I think that's something that could help get the racing going a little bit more competitive. And that's another thing that a lot of people are probably going to gripe about is that the late start time, guys. We would have been done with this race probably 7 hours ago if they would have started it at a 12:30 or 1 o'clock, give or take. They started the race, what was it, like 3 or 4 o'clock, so I'm glad they started it late because that, it turned out to be a pretty cool winner, but you got to start some of these races earlier than that, man, especially when it's summertime, East Coast, or give or take East Coast. There's a lot of rain, you know what I'm saying? I just think it would have been smarter to move it up. Or if you truly wanted to, run it Saturday night, and then you have that whole extra day to relocate the scheduling for it. But regardless, what an awesome race right there. The action for the lead was pretty intense. Even though we only had maybe like 5 true race-leading cars, most of it obviously was Truex or Hamlin, but they were able to pass a lot. They were able to race hard, and they didn't crash each other, which is pretty remarkable. Last year when Kyle Larson dominated, it wasn't much of a competition. That 5 car just set sailed and just dominated the whole show. Larson is almost a no-show in terms of the lap lead count. And it's Hendrick Motorsports stealing the win after Toyota dominated. Which is really interesting is, like, how do you dominate a race? How do you absolutely just win the whole night, right? You get both of the stage wins, you lead the most laps, X, Y, and Z, and you lose the race. And it's going to go back to that pit call. That was one of the dumbest pit calls that I've seen in a long time. It reminds me so much of the 2020 Coca-Cola 600. You had, Jimmy Johnson and Brad Keselowski. They stayed out. Chase Elliott pitted. He finished second or third. But he would have won the race if he would have stayed out. He clearly would have took the fresh air, the clean air, and he would have won that race. He pitted, he lost the race, and they made the opposite decision tonight, and I think that was the defining factor there. If he would have pitted, no doubt about it, it probably would have been Kurt Busch, which, truth be told, I would have been totally okay with. I love seeing Kurt Busch win, but I'm certainly happy Alan Gustafson made the right call there. So what do y'all think? Make sure to comment down below and make sure to pre-order your race to win Nashville diecast for Chase Elliott. What an awesome finish there, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great one. Diecast Buffet, signing off.